the Atlantic Monthly, and the PBS Nightly News Hour, has written a book entitled The Road to Character. In it, he speaks of his admiration for a certain people he describes as having an inner light. They seem deeply good. They make others feel valued. Their laugh is musical, and their manner is infused with gratitude. They aren't thinking about the wonderful work they are doing. They aren't thinking about themselves at all. Brooks goes on to write that he thinks that there are two sets of virtues: the resume virtues and the eulogy virtues. He believes that the resume virtues are the ones we teach in the world today, but the eulogy virtues, the ones talked about at our funerals, that they were kind, that they were brave, that they were honest, that they were loyal. The eulogy virtues are the ones we remember and the ones we truly value. Studying these inner lit people replete with these eulogy virtues, Brooks discerned that they weren't born with that light, that they didn't emerge from the womb with this deep goodness, that they grew it. They grew their soul. These people, the kind he wanted to be around, the kind he wanted to emulate, shared several specific qualities. Over their lives, they had tilled the soil of their souls, and here is what they unearthed. They found humility. They became profoundly honest about their own weakness. They identified their core sin, whether it was selfishness or a desperate need for approval, pride, cowardice, hard-heartedness, laziness, whatever it was. They studied how that enduring dark tendency led them to behave in ways that made them shame. That awareness led them to a place of humility. These people, these inner lit people, they set about confronting and dealing with their own weakness. If they were impatient, they created ways to grow their tolerance, their ability to wait, to accept an alternative sense of urgency. They created exercises and outlooks to manage their own personal faults. Sometime in their lives, they made a leap, a counter-cultural leap from self-sufficiency to understanding that character is accomplished not by self-will, but by being deeply rooted and connected to ideals and relationships outside oneself. Brooks says that with their intellect, these people of character think about and settle on a philosophy about the fundamental things. In their minds, they know what they consider truly important, what has value, and what it is they believe. They've taken the time and the energy to create a philosophy about the fundamental things, about what they truly believe and what truly matters to them. In their hearts, these people of character are embedded in a tapestry of unconditional loves. Unconditional loves. Relationships where disappointments are forgiven. Relationships where the other's happiness is paramount. They've discovered one or more loves in their life where they are willing to sacrifice their immediate and their long-term comfort for another. But their love is so deep and so pervasive that they don't count the sacrifice as cost, but as privilege. give them no rest until they do. They decide to trust that small, still voice nudging them forward. Suffering. Suffering. Suffering does not evade these people, nor does it overwhelm them. Brooks says that their lives often follow a pattern of defeat, recognition, and redemption. They have moments of pain and suffering, but they turn those moments into occasions of radical self-understanding. They examine the cause, they remember it, and they create something of value with it. They don't run from the suffering. They see it as something of value that gives them perspective and teaches great truth. It is a part. It is not all, but it is part of a legitimate, larger life narrative. Finally, these inner-led people, these people of deep goodness, these people with the musical laughter and this effusive sense of gratitude, these people have the quality of stumbling. They try to live big ideas. They try to live contrary to the world's messaging, not out of a glorified sense of superiority, because it makes sense to them. And in living this way, they falter. They falter and they fail and they right themselves and they forgive themselves and they move on. They stumble along. They stumble along working at becoming the better and better version of themselves. Friends, David Brooks noticed and recorded these characteristics. He observed the effects these qualities had on the personalities and the lives of those who incorporate them into their way of being. David Brooks noticed Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus of Nazareth taught these virtues. He taught them and he embodied them all. Sermon after sermon, encounter after encounter, Jesus called others to humility, to self-sacrificing love. He called them to lofty ideals and willingness to address and endure suffering, willingness to admit wrongs and weaknesses and sins. He taught and exemplified these eulogy virtues, this inner living. He taught them all. But his disciples didn't get them. They did not learn them, and they did not live by them. At least not in the time they walked with him day by day. At least not in the time they broke bread with him. At least not the time he was right in dedicated service in a world of selfishness, examples of patience and understanding in the face of violence, examples of forgiveness and reconciliation where they have personal reasons to hold a grudge. Evidence that Jesus has risen from the dead and is alive in the world today. So what are we to make of this wondrous season? How are we to understand the mystery it sets before us? We celebrate the fact of faith that Jesus was willing to die for us, but was not willing to stay dead. By rising, he shattered the hold that death had over all of us. Death could not keep him down, and if we are joined to him, neither can death keep us down. Death or fear, and fear are vanquished. We are Easter people. We put on new lives, not merely new clothes, but the grace of God someday, the power of Easter will transform us so that people will wonder about us too. What happened? Easter people. Easter people. Easter people. They are the people who are alive with inner light. They move about the world with deep goodness. They listen well. They make other people feel valued. Their laugh is musical. Their manner is infused with gratitude. They aren't thinking of themselves at all. They are at peace. They have grown their soul. Their eulogy will reflect they were quietly, purposefully building an alternative resume. One that will bring immeasurable reward. Brothers and